1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple trick that you can add into your musical vernacular that's guaranteed to make you sound a little bit more professional when you solo. Of course, I'm talking about stacking your notes, a very, very simple technique that can really spruce up common scales and make your playing sound way less predictable. So for this lesson, I'm going to be sharing with you an exercise for learning how to stack your notes in the minor pentatonic scale. Then I'm going to break down that lick that I just performed. Let's get started. Okay, kicking off section 1 of this mini lesson, our minor pentatonic stacking exercise. Real slow, it's going to sound like this. Fantastic exercise for working your alternate picking. At full speed, it sounds pretty cool. Okay, so basically all we're doing is we're going to stack the different sides of our pentatonic box. Starting here on the 11th fret if we're in the key of C, playing 11-11 on the high E string and the B string. Then I'm going to do it to the opposite side of my pentatonic box. Okay, so that was 8-8 on the high E string and B string. So far you have 1 and 2 and. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing to the B string and G string. Okay, that was 11-10. And then I'm going to go 8-8. Okay, so far you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now we're going to do it to the G string and the D string. Okay, that was 10-10, 8-8. Okay, so far you have. Now we're moving to the D string and the A string. Okay, that was 10-10 on the D and A, and then 8-8. Now, one of the tricks is that I'm always barring when I go to the 8th fret when I'm using my index finger. See that bar right there? I just move the bar up. Once again. Okay, now you're ready to finish it. This very, very powerful exercise. Okay, so that was the 10th fret to the 11th fret. 10th fret A string, 11th fret low E string. Then we're finishing up with 8-8, getting ourselves to the root note, C. You put all that together and we have our minor pentatonic stacking exercise. Okay, just like that. Now, let's see if we can get down that lick that I demonstrated in the introduction of this video. Okay, very good everybody. Practice that over and over again. Get that into muscle memory. It's a really, really powerful technique because when you're running scale, it's a really great way to kind of cut things up and make your playing sound a little less predictable, as I mentioned before. Okay, demonstrating that lick for you one more time. It's going to sound like this. Okay, there it is, nice and slow. Once more, you gotta really memorize the way the lick sounds before you attempt to learn it. Okay, so very simple. That began kind of running the scale, descending down that minor pentatonic. Okay, so that was just 8, 11, 8, 10. Okay, we'll dress it up with the fancy stuff later. Okay, then we're going to stack the 11th fret of the B string and the G string 10th fret. Okay. Then we're going to stack the 8th frets of the B and G string. Okay, now you might be noticing that I'm using my pinky now. It's just more comfortable for this particular lick, though you could just as easily play this lick like this. Okay, whatever is more comfortable to you, whatever you practice is going to become comfortable. Okay, so that's part 1 of this lick. Okay. Now, part number 2 is going to sound like this. Very, very simple, just that stacking exercise. G string and D string. 10-10, 8-8. You put those two parts together and we have. All right, then we're ready for part number 3, which is very, very simple. Okay, that was the root note, going to the minor third, that's the 8th fret of the G string, and then going back to the root. That is that C note on the D string, 10th fret, to resolve. Okay, parts 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you want to make sure that you can count it. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 and 1. Just like that. Okay, now that you have the lick down, you can start to kind of dress it up with some kind of more advanced effects. For example, a rake on that first note. That C note on the 8th fret of the high E string can sound like this. Just blocking the strings with the palm of your hand, maybe using the index finger or the top of that index finger there to touch the B string so it doesn't resonate. Okay, then when you go to the B string, you're gonna hit it with a downstroke. The reason being is because I'm using my middle finger to pluck the high E string after my rake. Okay, then I'm gonna do a downstroke and do a pull off. All right, from there it's just all alternate picking, stacking. Just like that. Now, one last tip. You can also find that minor third right there on the D string, 13th fret, which is going to have a different sound to it, and in my opinion actually sounds a little bit better. Okay, so if you put that into the mix, it's going to sound like this. Okay, then at full speed, just like that. Really, really cool lick, utilizing your minor pentatonic scale and stacking through those intervals. Enjoy your practice this weekend.